But it's a good segue, I mean, to our first topic today, Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk about it, people. Now, I've said this several times, Chat and Big G, that if the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers if he doesn't sign and come in for OTAs, not minicamp, for OTAs, that number one, Rodgers isn't real serious about playing football. And number two, the Pittsburgh Steelers are not serious on trying to win football games this season. First, I'm going to go to you, G. Do you agree with any of that?
A little bit.
Okay.
Because I think that Rodgers, because of how season of a vet. Well, first of all, let me say this. I believe in my heart right now, Rodgers already has the playbook. So understanding the complexities of what's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Arthur Smith offense, he's got a grasp on that already. He already knows. The idea now is he going to show up for OTAs or is he going to show up for mandatory minicamp? So if he shows up for mandatory minicamp and he skips OTAs, I'm okay with it. I'm not tripping because he's a veteran. But to have him come in like right away, he's just got to be there before the week or two before the first preseason game, in my opinion. I'm okay with it because of who he is. I understand the camaraderie. I know he's got to get rhythm with the receivers. I know all that, B. But who Rodgers is, come on, bro. You're not going to fool him with any schematic thing on defense. You're not, first of all. And second of all, it's just a matter of him, because he's a veteran, getting a lather. So I want him there for OTAs, B. I want him there. But if he's there, not there, I'm okay. Mandatory minicamp, I'm all right. I'm okay with him being there, bro.
Here's the thing. Like, when he first went to the Jets, he went to OTAs. That's the thing. OTAs, Arch Baby Doll, is organized team activities where basically the teams come together. It's not mandatory, but it's basically practice, is what it is. Teams come together and you start practicing. That's what OTAs are. That's a good question for anybody who doesn't know. OTAs is organized team activities. So you can come together and you can start practicing. The thing about Rodgers is, and Gia pushed back, is because it's not when he first went to the Jets, he went through all the offseason stuff. Now, last year, he didn't do that, which again was weird because you're coming off of an Achilles injury. I said, but he did all the stuff. I go last year or his first year. So getting camaraderie with the wide receivers, learning the offense. Now, if he already has the playbook, that's something totally different. And I probably agree. He probably already has that. But there's also things like, okay, what about audibles? What about hand signals that you like to use? Why wouldn't you get as much practice time in doing those things versus, okay, we're going to cram all this in and then hope we're ready for the first game of the year? Why not? Hey, you know what? We got 6 practices to do this before minicamp starts. Let's learn it then. And again, I get what it is, but if you've never been, he doesn't know the practice schedule. He doesn't know how the practices go. He doesn't know any of that stuff as far as the Pittsburgh Steelers, how any of that works. He even knows they may have told him, but he hasn't gone through it. It's just, whoa. We got big super chat from our man Alonzo Dunn, man, supporting the channel. We thank you, Mr. Alonzo Dunn. We appreciate it. Him not showing up probably means that he got it. I'm G on this one. Plus, I'm desperate. I will wait until the third game. I trust him. No, man.
Wow.
Until the third game, brother. We can't. We can't. But you're right. It's starting to get desperate time, isn't it? It's the Steelers have become a laughing stock with all of this, man. This looks so bad. I'm like, come on, man. Why are we begging her? Now we're begging the side piece to come. I mean, well, first we were the side piece last year. Now we're begging because we got left. He went back to his wife, and now we're begging him. Oh my God, this is horrible. Horrible. Horrible.
B, it all goes back to what happened in 2022. I mean, really, to be honest, I mean, this is a 3-year process. Steelers fans forget that we are in the dead center of a rebuild. If you go back to 2022 with the drafting of Kenny Pickett, we found out quick, fast, and hurry that kid wasn't a dude. And we got off of him. But in the meantime, We didn't have the draft capital to go after another quarterback. And most general managers don't want to follow up a super mistake like Kenny Pickett. So we haven't been able to resolve and get a quarterback. So that's why we're begging side pieces because we lightweight beg Rusty. You know, we ran a switcheroo on the Chicago Bears once again, like we did with Chase Claypool, and we thought we had something maybe in Justin. So we just been plugging and playing quarterbacks since Big Ben walked out the room. This
Right.
year, I think Rodgers is the first quarterback that is a transitional bridge quarterback. I would be even okay with Mason being a transitional bridge quarterback to get us moving forward and finding out if Will Howard is the quarterback or do we need to go back in the draft in 2026. So I get it, but the realistic reality of it, our best chance to win is Aaron Rodgers playing quarterback for this season. Now, not moving forward. I'm not saying 2026, but for this season, possibly, because we don't know what we have in Will Howard. We don't, but we know exactly who Mason is, bro. Exactly who he is.
No, we do. We do. We understand that.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. Do we risk losing the locker room if he doesn't come in? Like, do
Mm.
Steeler veterans say, you know what? Why does he get to skip all this? We knew he was coming. We knew he was coming, but he gets to skip all this because technically he's not under contract. The only
Mhm.
thing I would say about that is, hey, he finessed it. I mean,
Mhm.
this is where we are. This is what we're doing. So, you know, it is what it is.
But I mean,
It is what it is.
he has a right to do that. He's not under contract. You know,
Correct.
that's how the NFL works. You always bet on yourself. All the NFL players that I've ever talked with and dealt with, they always say that I bet on myself. So you put yourself in the best position to get the best contract, win the best games you can, or just take as much bread as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers doesn't need none of those. All Rodgers is
No.
actually doing is playing for legacy. So if
Correct.
he's looking around and he wants to give himself an opportunity to go out on a high note, playoff win or two, 10 or 11, maybe 12 win season, oh, his best shot is in the Berg. So if he's going to play, he's going to play in Pittsburgh or he ain't playing at all, bro.
Hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're right about that. At least I think. My whole thing is if he comes in after OTAs, let's just say he doesn't come in, but he signs for minicamp. Or let me ask you this, Big G. What if he doesn't come to minicamp? What if he doesn't
Oh,
sign until after minicamp? Then
then,
what? Then what do we do?
then it's hell no. I mean,
Okay.
it's hell no at that point. And hell, I'm not the guy that's going to let Aaron Rodgers come in my building and we got a week till the preseason kicks off and he's just now showing up. I'm not doing it. Now we're gonna find out if Mike Tomlin and them is desperate as we think they are. But I'm not letting him come in my building with a week to go in minicamp. Ain't no way. Hell no. You got to show up
Right.
at least for OTAs, bro. At least OTAs.
Alonzo Dunn again supporting the channel with the super chat, man. We can't thank you enough.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great statement. And
Mm-hmm.
he says, I think the old guys are as desperate as we are to have a realistic chance. I
That's fine.
mean, you might be, I don't even think you might be right. I think you're 100% right. I think
Mm-hmm.
they're like, look, he gives us the best chance to win. If he wants to sit out, okay, he can sit out. I think you're like a Cam, a TJ, a Minka, these older guys. I think you're right. I think they're like, hey, man, he gives us the best opportunity. And whenever
Mm-hmm.
he comes in now, he can't come in bullshitting. He
Mm-hmm.
can't do that, Big G. He can't come
Mm-hmm.
in and be on some nonsense. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I think you're right. I think they're desperate. Those guys haven't won a playoff game. I think they're like, or TJ hasn't won a playoff game. I think they're like, okay, let's see what that tastes like. Let's see if we can do that with this guy, and let's
Mm-hmm.
get this thing figured out. I think that's a great statement, Mr. Zoe. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
great statement. They are just as desperate, the older guys, as we are, and it makes a lot of sense. It
Mm-hmm.
makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
because they want to win, so
Yeah.
they want to win. But if he
Yeah.
comes in afterwards, that makes it tough, man. That
Yeah.
makes it tough, you know. But it's not like we haven't seen it before. A guy come in and okay, he's gonna be the starter. He's gonna go through training camp. I mean, training camp is 6 weeks,
Yeah.
basically 2 months.
Yeah.
and he's going to go in and well, what they're going to start the middle of or the end of July, and so you
Yep.
get that, you get all of August. So yeah, it's about 6 weeks time, and then we're going to see. We'll see what happens. Is that enough time? I don't know.
I don't know either, B.